any questions I can take on. I have 3 questions from Balaji, which I received yesterday and today morning. I am prepared for that. Thanks, Balaji. They were very, critical questions. And if you had asked me probably now, I don't know whether I would have been able to answer them correctly or to your satisfaction. I don't even know whether I can answer to their satisfaction now, but I'll try and answer it in much better manner because you sent it to me yesterday.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Brigadier Vidhu, for a fascinating session. I think there is a lot of positive feedback that has come from the participants. I think they really loved the examples that you shared. And I would request everyone to share your takeaways from the session before we open it up for Q&A. That's a great way to, recapture for everybody what you have taken away. It benefits you and everybody else. So share your takeaways in the chat. Also share your takeaways in the WhatsApp group where you received the invite for this session so that the people who missed it will be motivated to watch the recording and they too can benefit from this awesome session. I think great. And there have been many, many takeaways for me. And I don't know which one to talk about, but one which I absolutely loved was, army or the defense forces look for people, ordinary people who have the potential to become extraordinary. I think it truly requires an eye, like in Hindi we say, कि एक जौहरी ही हीरे को पहचान सकता है. So I think Brigadier Vidur, that was a great takeaway for me to look for that potential to become extraordinary. And there are many, many. I have made my extensive notes and I hope everybody benefits. And in case you have not taken notes, maybe you can watch the recording and share your takeaways on the YouTube comments here or in the WhatsApp group that you have got the invite to. And for those of you who are watching the recording, we'll be sharing the link to join the WhatsApp group. So feel free to join our community. As I mentioned earlier, you can only join when you are invited to join the community. Otherwise, we don't advertise about the work that we do. And so on that note, I'll open up the session for question and answers. Balaji, Balaji, you are there. Maybe you can ask your question live or anybody else. You can raise your hands. You can
I have made a slide for Balaji's question. So
Okay.
just at most read it out when I.
All right. So feel free, Brigadier Vidhu, over to you.
Yeah. So if there are no other questions, let me first, thank Madan Doke and Anil. Madan Doke is my classmate. And let me tell you, we are talking about bouncing back from the, natural what handicap that I'm talking about in the defense forces. Madan Doke is my classmate, and he was affected by polio when he was very small, with his both the legs affected. He is a CA today.
Wow.
And very successful in his profession. So thank you, Madan, for joining. I also have Anil Shukla here, who is from my unit. And Anil, are you hearing me? No, he must be in his office. But anyway, he's from the same unit as I was talking about, the Atresh Kumar. So, okay. So, Balaji, could you please read out?
Just a minute, sir. I'll just go back and quickly check my question. Just one moment. I was just going there.
Your question is same. I have not done anything except for changing a little bit of comma or something. You can rely on me.
I didn't see the that it was on the screen. I'm sorry. Yeah. So my question was basically, are there some of the qualities that are basics for for the success in any field? I always believe that they can be learnt by hard work, but have always been perplexed that some are more successful than others. So do you think that those are the qualities that one can cultivate by hard work, or those are inborn skills? So basically, I gave an example of whether you can create a scientist, but you can't create a singer.
Correct. So my response to this would be, you can create a good doctor. You can create a good what is that? What is I cannot see because of the something
Oh,
else.
you can create a
Yeah,
scientist.
you can create a good scientist. You can be a good singer also. You can be a good writer also. All these things require a good IQ. Other than your skills, but it requires basically IQ. If you have good IQ, you can become a good doctor, a good scientist, a good engineer, a good everything. But is your IQ enough to become a successful doctor, to become a successful engineer, to become a successful something? No, because when you become good, you are alone. Your own qualities are effective. But when you become successful, there are people other than you involved in that process of you becoming successful. And therefore, what is more important is not only your qualities. Your qualities definitely have a lot to do with your success. But it is how you can influence the others and how the others work for you. Do they accept you as your leader? Do they wholeheartedly work for you? On your insistence, are they learning the same qualities that you want them to learn? Are they effectively putting in their best for you because of your influence? So, yes, I mean, all these things can be done with hard work. That is fine. But only hard work will not help. You have to influence your team for becoming successful. Yes, Balaji, does that answer your question?
Balaji, does that help? I think that was
Yeah. Sorry, sir. I was on mute. I did not realize that. Yeah. Actually, it was very well explained. That is what I was always perplexed, but I did not understand that difference that you are just working for yourself when you are trying to be good, but successful only when you can take a team along with you.
Yeah. So
Correct.
it is success. Success is a community product. Success is not an individual product. Okay, I can do very well in my exam of 12th. Okay, but why do people who do very well in the academics may not do so well outside sometimes? It is because of the EQ. How can they understand the emotions of others? How can they change their emotions to suit others' emotions? So it is when your EQ is high, your success comes easily.
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
Yeah. So can
Correct.
I go to the second question with that?
Sure, we can.
Sorry. Okay. I'm again repeating this. To be extraordinary, you have to work hard, you have to face challenges, you have to be disciplined, and you have to have strong moral values. And there are no shortcuts. And in my terms, to be outstanding is, or to be extraordinary is more than being successful.
Rightly said.
Yeah. This is the second question.
I've seen and admired soldiers and sportspersons transcending what is believed to be the upper limit of their physical and mental capabilities. Do you think that the inner voice that tells us at times that we have reached our capacity is simply a psychological barrier, or something that's a nature's warning bell to stop us from crashing once the adrenaline rush subsides?
Okay. So I will start from the lowest sentence first. See, I consider three energizing levels in an individual. One is excitement, second is motivation, and the third is inspiration. Have you heard the word de-excitement? You must have all. Have you heard the word demotivation?
Yes.
Must have. Have you heard the word de-inspiration?
Yeah.
No. No.
Have you?
No, I mean,
I tried.
basically, I could get the import of what you are trying to say, that when you are just
So,
disillusioned.
okay. So de-inspiration is not possible because inspiration is based on values. Okay. Nobody who died before 1947 was de-inspired because he did not get freedom in his life. Lokmanya Tilak died in 1920. But was it, one day before his death, did he say, oh, yaar, kya yaar, maine itna kaam kiya, koi fayda hi nahi hua? No. Because he was working not for something, he was working for values. So, if you do something because of the adrenaline in you, you are excited because of that adrenaline. I always tell my students, if you are joining the defense forces because yesterday on 26th August parade, you see beautiful people in uniform and all that, please don't join. Because that is, it is not nothing else other than the excitement. So if there is adrenaline, it is excitement. So leave adrenaline aside. The second is the inner voice telling you at that time, at a time, that you have reached your capacity. Then you are really not liking that work. If you are doing your work with complete interest, you may get tired, physically, and you want to sleep at night. That's a different thing. But you will not get irritated by the task. You will not reach your capacity for doing that task. You'll probably say, okay, I'll sleep for 1 hour and again come here. Because you like that thing, your psychology will never bar you if you like a thing. So it is a misnomer that my psychology debars me from doing something beyond my capacity. Now, why has, you're talking about transcending? I will tell you something about Sachin Tendulkar, which I read a story a few days back. Sachin Tendulkar was staying in Kalanagar a few years back. His father is a affluent writer in Marathi. So he was staying in Kalanagar in Bandra in Mumbai. And there were other artists also staying in that building. So one of the artists has narrated this story. He says, my play was somewhere outside Mumbai. So early morning, 3:34, I was getting down from my flat and I saw Sachin Tendulkar coming up. So I also thought Sachin Tendulkar, it was about 4 o'clock, so he must be going for his practices. And, so I asked him, kya Sachin, kuch bhul gaya kya? He said, nahi, I'm coming back from my practice. So he says, what nonsense? 3 o'clock morning, you're coming back from your practice? He said, yes. The country that he was going to after a week, there the timing was so that, such that in India it is maybe 10 o'clock to 4 o'clock at night. He says, now I'm practicing for last 1 month to play during this time, so that when I go there, I don't get, all those jet lag, wet lag and all that, nothing. So this is the kind of hard work that people put in. Now take the example of General Cardozo. Where does he get, that strength to cut your own leg? And that is why EQ is, SQ is so important. It is limitless. You cannot imagine this limit that you're cutting your own leg. Because you're totally inspired. So if you are excited, it is adrenaline. If you are motivated, you are, doing whatever you're doing for something. Like people, a number of students ask me, sir, mechanical lu ya IT lu? So I said, what do you like? He says, मेरे को अच्छा तो mechanical लगता है, but IT में job है, mechanical में नहीं है. I said, no, then take mechanical, because IT का job तो खत्म हो जाएगा. You will be sitting on the bench. The person who likes IT will rise the ladder. Whereas you go to mechanical, अगर 4 job भी है, तो तेरे को मिलेगा, because you are interested in mechanical. You will not get tired. Your psychology will not debar you from working. You will never feel that you reached your capacity, because you are not motivated, you are inspired. You like it from your heart. So this is the difference in these 3 things. So have I answered you, Balaji?
Yes. I found it very useful, because when the last bottom line you said that you have to create that inspiration in yourself. If you aspire for something, then it's not just the motivation of the rewards or anything else that can help you, but it is some inside, the why, that is more important than what.
True. Yeah. And coming to your third question.
Yeah. So I'll read it out for the benefit of all. It's members of armed forces are required to quickly learn and adapt across diverse situations, terrains, and places to be able to function in the most effective way. How is this level of mental agility cultivated in them?
Now, do I have to answer this question?
Sir, I would just because I'll tell you how this question came about in my mind.
Yeah.
For example, if I am working someone who's working in one field like banking,
Yeah.
if I were to tomorrow be put in manufacturing, I would take about 6 months just to learn the loops of the business.
Correct.
But that kind of time is not available for a defense personnel.
Yes.
He's posted somewhere and he has to deliver the next day or next moment, I would say, in some cases.
Correct.
So like Taj, these guys were actually. So I was like perplexed about what, I mean, yeah, I would have done it at some times, but
I'll tell you. I'll tell you with example. You know, it is not overnight that you're told yesterday evening, कि, okay, bhai, chalo utho, now you're sleeping, get up. जैसे कुंभकर्ण को बताया गया रामायण में, you please get up, और राम खड़ा है उधर. You know, so Kumbhakarna was, you know, he was a godly man, so he could do that. If I was sleeping all through my life, suddenly you tell me, oh, Pakistan aa gaya, you come and fight. It is not possible. You know, you are rehearsing all the scenarios on which you have to work. I will give you an example. In fact, I'll give you two examples. One is mine and another is one of my officers. We were in Punjab during the Punjab militancy days in 87. And one of our officers was, you know, he was deputed to interact with one of the police stations and see if there is anything, then we can be activated. The police told us that you will be activated in case of this. So the first day we went there, they greeted us, they very nicely received us. Then there was one officer who was detailed. So the next day he went there, the greeting level reduced a little. He said, हाँ क्या चाहिए? कहता नहीं आज का सिनेरियो क्या है बताओ. Let us go to that particular place. Let me see the area. Let me see what happens here. Let me see what happens there. For next 15 days, a time came when not even a constable in the you know, police station would look at him. ये क्या रोज ही आता है यार? अरे नहीं, मैं रोज आऊंगा. Because unless I come there daily, what will I do when the terrorist comes there? So for others, it may be Wayanad which came to us overnight. But Wayanad-like situation has been handled in many exercises. We have civil military license. I was in a place called Drangadra, in which you know, in Gujarat, and we were responsible for flooding in Surendranagar. There was a river, so we were responsible for flooding there. So every about maybe 2-3 months before the rainy season would start, we used to get a letter from the district collector that this is there and let us have a meeting. So the first meeting, of course, you go, you are treated very well. But then we used to go there every day. कि चलो आज इस इलाके में चलते हैं. Let me take some of my equipment and see if it is working. You know, so all are there. So the things don't come to us as a surprise. We prepare ourselves over a period of time on it. Be it normal operation, that is the you know, defense operation, be it terrorism, be it any kind of, you know, help to the civil authority. We prepare ourselves on it over a period of time. It's not that overnight we come to know and we just react.
Thank you. Thank you for that very important lesson, that it looks like an overnight success, but it's many sleepless nights that has brought it out.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you, Balaji, for those lovely questions, and thank you, Brigadier Vidur, for those brilliant responses to it. I think absolutely fascinating, great takeaways for everybody. And if there is one last question or comment anybody would like to make, we'll be happy to take that before we draw the session to a close. Brigadier Vidur, anything you would like to share with us at the end of the session?
Ashish, just one moment. I would just want to thank him personally for being, you know, so patient and so detailed. And that was the perhaps best takeaway for me. And thank you very much for that.
So much. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
I can see Anil. Can you hear me, Anil?
Sir, I can hear you, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining. I was
Sir,
just telling them Anil belongs to the same regiment as I was referring to 143.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, Atresh.
Brilliant.
what a educative session and enlightened to hear you, sir.
Thank you so much, Anil. Anil, incidentally, is my unit, and he's our medical guardian these days. He's looking after the medical installation here for the veterans. So we keep troubling him quite a lot. And thank you,
Sir,
Anil, for joining this session.
thank
Thank
you.
you. And I think there is a comment from Nikhil, which I would like to share. And on that note, we will bring this session to a close. Nikhil says, sir, you have made not only my day, but my life. I think that's a brilliant, brilliant comment. And thank you very much,
Thank you so much.
Gurudev Vidur, for joining us, for sharing your insights. I think this is a session which will be cherished by many people over the years, and people will watch it again and again and benefit from it. Thank you, Farzeen, for your comments. Thank you, everybody, for engaging, for your questions, for your comments. Everybody, have a wonderful rest of the weekend, and we look forward to seeing you next weekend again for a brilliant session. Thank you,
Thank you so
everybody.
much. Thank you, all of you, for your patience.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vidu sir. Thank you, Ashish ji.
Thank you. Thank you, Shivani ji.
Thanks a ton, Shivani.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.